I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
You see what I'm saying? This is I'm gonna say it. Black churches are probably part of the downfall of black people. Black churches come off scammy. Black churches, we all remember the pastor with a nice car, family eating good, but the people are struggling. The church is not meant to take money like this. But then he had the nerve to be upset. You don't know if that's her last. I can't quote the Bible word for word, but I know it says somewhere in there that you give what you can. Even that just means giving yourself to just be there to, be in the presence of the Lord. But this is the reason why a lot of people don't trust black churches. The black churches need to be better. Somebody came up there and gave $1,000 and you mad because they didn't give you another 1,000 on top because of whatever you got going on. This is why I can't trust black churches. Giving money to black churches, and next you know, they bankrupt, they close. Because of attitudes like this. They getting the money, but they not doing nothing with the money to help the community. This is why I don't trust black churches. I'll tell you that right now. The stigma is the pastor's living good, the family's living good, but it's not helping out the community. But for somebody to give me $1,200 because I'm a pastor and I'm going to come back at them and say, well, you didn't listen to me? If that's what God put on your heart to give to me, and to the church, really, it's not to me, to the church, then God bless you. But this is why I don't trust black churches. It's a scam. You want money, but what are you doing for the community? What are you doing for the community? Are you giving out, backpacks for kids that don't have the money? Are you giving kids haircuts that, that don't have family at home? Are you being a proper father figure for young black men? This is not being a proper father figure or a male figure. You telling a woman that's giving you money, give me more? What example is that setting to our black youth? I'm going to talk my stuff on this because, this is why we got to hold each other accountable. I'm not perfect. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not perfect, but I don't like this. I don't like a leader of a church telling you, you ain't listen, give me more. This is why I don't go to black churches. This is why a lot of black churches fail. This is why a lot of black people don't go to church. We always talking about, I talk to, people that's, really more into Christianity, know way more than me. But the thing I always say, I said, the reason why a lot of people don't go to Christianity is because of the churches. The reason why the brothers and sisters don't go to church is because of the churches. Look how I'm being treated. I'll give you my money. I could be my last, but you saying that's not enough. So you saying I'm not going to be blessed? But this is what's wrong with our black churches. This is why they can't be trusted. This is the reason why we have these issues. This is the reason why we can't come together, because the leader of the church is what's dividing us, because he's being greedy. We are there to worship the Lord. The Lord knows our heart. He knows that we're coming as we are. If we can give, we can give. If we can't, we can't. But we are there to praise and worship the Lord, to get us through the day, to get us through the week. That is your job as the pastor, is to help the community. That is the job of the church. The church works for the community, not the community works for the church. So this is why I don't like black churches, because they crooks. I'm probably be the only one to say it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people say it on social media, but this is why a lot of our black folks don't go to the church. It's because this is what we have to deal with. We have to deal with the always need money. We have to deal with the fund, the building fund that never gets built. We get dealt with coming in there, getting looked at crazy, getting judged. That's the thing that the church is not about. The church is about helping people, helping the community, leading by example. The only way you get people coming to your church is by leading by example. Is by being a good person, by being an honest person, by not being a crook. But telling a woman, a grown man, telling a woman that's not enough and you ain't listening, that's not being a man. That's not being a pastor. That's not being a leader of a community. We have to be better. But this is the reason why we have problems in the household. This is the reason why young black men that grow up without fathers don't have a father figure. It's because they see people like him telling a female, give me more money. You're not going to be blessed. All this comes into our neighborhood of making better black men. But how can we make better black men when we have poor examples? We're looking at the athletes, they got their problems. We're looking at the church, they got their problems. Where can a young black man that doesn't have a father find a good father figure? But that's what the church is supposed to come in and step in and be that father. And be that positive male influence. Because if you don't, you're going to have men dressing in skirts and tight shirts. You're going to have men beating women. You're going to have men being pimps and putting women on a stroll. Then you're going to have men trying to mess with a girl that has a great father to get killed. That's what it is, man. This is the reason why we don't have the black male population is going to jail a lot. It's because there's no positive influence. The father may be gone. The church is supposed to step up. The pastor is supposed to step up. That's his job. Not taking money from a woman and saying that's not enough. I'm going to be on here and speaking my stuff, man, because, I'm just tired of seeing the examples for us. I got 2 black daughters, man. I got 2 black daughters. And what I see from young black men, I don't want my black daughters around that. I'm not judging, but I know what a man is supposed to be. I know what a young man is supposed to act. I know what he's supposed to be in life. I know how he's supposed to act in front of women. Where's the examples at? We look at social media, they're not there. See what I'm saying? So as a black father, I got to protect my black daughters. But I got to hold accountable these young men coming up. But I got to hold accountable the leaders that are supposed to be putting these men in the right direction, whether that's the father of these young men, whether that's the church, whether that's the athletes, whether that's the rappers. We got to be better, bro. That's what it is. We got to be better as black men. Am I perfect? Hell no, I'm not perfect. I got morals, I got rules, but look, we all got our issues, but I strive to be better every day. I strive to lead by example. I strive to be a good man, a good black man, a good black father. Those are my goals. But we can't have people in our communities telling a woman, you ain't listening, there ain't enough money. That's not what I told you. And nobody's speaking up because he's a leader of a church. That's where we have issues, man. This is where we have issues. But this is and then we're not even talking about black. This is the reason why we don't have black people come to Christianity. It's because of this. People are only going to come to a situation where they see good people. I'm going to say it again. People are only going to come to church or convert to Christianity if they see good Christians. If they see people that are doing right. If they see people that's not crooks. If they see people that's not being deceitful. That's what's going to happen when we're going to get an influx of Christianity. Why do you think they're going to other religions? Why do you think black people are being other religions? There's nothing wrong with that, but why do you think? They grew up in the church and now they're a different religion? Why is that? It's because of the church. The church didn't do its job. The church is taking money. The church has got the chains, the nice suits, the nice cars, on TV, making all the money. But what is the church doing for the people? Are they growing? How do you measure a church? Is by how well their people are doing. So if you look at a black church, how's the congregation doing? Are they surviving? Are they eating? Are they thriving? If they going down, does the church have their back? Instead of being SNAP, EBT, are they stepping in and helping out families? No, but they asking for more money from them families. This is why I don't like the black church. Hate to say it. I've gave thousands to a church, bankrupt, out of business. Where'd the money go? But they had Lexuses. They had all these nice things. Where'd the money go? People going through stuff, did they help? No, they didn't. But we have people like this. I need $800 more. You didn't listen to me. Instead of saying, thank you, God bless you, sister. You know what? I don't even need that. You keep it. I just want to see who's going to be loyal to the congregation. But this is what I'm saying. We got to be better. As black people, we got to hold each other accountable. As black men, we got to hold other black men accountable. If we don't, they're going to be Men out there in dresses and tight shirts. If we don't hold ourselves accountable, if we don't become father figures to the men that don't have fathers, there'll be little boys growing up to be wearing dresses and tight shirts and thinking it's cool. If you think I'm lying, look on social media. It's because we got people like him taking money, setting a bad example, and not helping out these young kids and showing them a good example of somebody still being honest. But once again, that's the reason why the black church is struggling, and that's the reason why we don't have as many black Christians, is because they're scared to come to church because they know a crook when they see one.